Hey, what's good? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all stop talking about racism in boxing and support a black fighter? A black fighter that's been putting in work. Yes, there's been a few talk about the Money Man and the SOG Man. I refuse to name them because one is retired and one fought once in 3 years. So I refuse to name them. And apparently, the Money Man said the SOG didn't get respect because he's black. That he was forced to move up in divisions, and white fighters are being shoved down our throats. I just think boxing is getting more diverse, and I think that's okay. It's a worldwide sport. Americans had dominated for years, but it's a worldwide sport. Every country in the world has the same shot as the United States to be on top. And it's funny because Klitschko's been on top for about 10 years now, and HBO never shoved Klitschko down our throats. In fact, they kind of blackballed him too because he's boring. No one wants to see Klitschko fight, even though he's a dominant heavyweight champion of the world. But part of that could be because he's European. Maybe if he was American, a white American, get a lot more love. But I don't want to go on with these conspiracy theories and these what ifs. I just say, if you want to support a black fighter, support Timothy Bradley, man. He's done everything right. Everything right. And I said this before the Rios fight, and it really magnified my opinion on Bradley after he knocked out Brandon Rios, an Iron Chin man who's never been knocked out. Think about it. Would the Money Man have knocked him out on Saturday? I don't know. I honestly don't believe so because he would never go for the knockout. Bradley does every single fight. His lack of power hasn't allowed him to. But I love that video that 10 players made, and they showed a hammer, and they said you gotta hit with the head of the hammer. If you hit with the handle of the hammer, it's not gonna be as effective as if you hit with the head of it. And Teddy Atlas has taught Tim Bradley to hit with the head of his hammer. He taught him how to fight right so he could have power in his punches. And that was a great point by 10 players. But if we're talking about racism and all this, why does nobody talk about Bradley? Is it because he's a top ranked fighter? Is it because he's exciting lately? Is it because he fights everybody? Is it because he just knocked out a man? Is it because he's active? Is it because he's fought the top of his competition for the last 8 years? He has at least as deep a resume as Carl Froch. Carl Froch gets respect by everybody. Tim Bradley deserves that same respect. I think he should be in the line to be the next pound for pound king. He should be. Jump on the Bradley bandwagon. I'll start it. I'll be in the front if you guys want. Bradley should have a bandwagon. He should have lots of fans. And I'm not saying he should have like fanboys, like so certain fighters have, but that defend his every freaking move. But he should have more fans that he does. He should. The fact that a fighter has fanboys is that means they're really popular. Bradley, I guess he should have fanboys. We're the Bradley fanboys. We're the ones sticking up for Bradley. He truly deserves it. I saw a video, I think it was by Ellie Sekback, and it was Teddy Atlas saying that he wants the Money Man for Bradley next. And that video had so many thumbs down, and it was like, Atlas is delusional. Floyd will rip through Bradley. I'm like, dude, these are the same cats that are saying that nobody supports black fighters or Mayweather gets disrespect because he's black, and they're not supporting their own. I say, if you want to support black fighters, support Bradley, support Rigando, support Lara. Those are the 3 fighters that I say you guys should support. Thurman, Kell Brook, Porter. Support your own. Support everybody. If you're going to talk about racism in boxing and these guys don't get a shot because they're black, support support everybody. Not just one fighter that fits your agenda. Not just one half-black fighter that fits your own agenda. Just because one man said there's racism in boxing. If there was racism, Mayweather wouldn't be on top. He wouldn't have won so much money if it was truly a racist establishment. I'm not saying that black fighters get love, but no one gets love just because they're a color. They get love because they're good fighters. And some fighters don't get love because they're too good of fighters. Like a Rigando, like a Lara. Because they just win so clearly. Kind of like the Money Man did, but he had the personality. But Bradley should have a bandwagon. He should have bandwagoners. And I'll be okay with being a Tim Bradley bandwagoner. Because he's the type of fighter that deserves one. He's a fighter's fighter. He's your fighter's favorite fighter. I believe he should be. Because he's, as Ghetto Superstar says, he's the hardest working man in boxing. Shout out to Ghetto Superstar. And Tim Bradley still has a future, man. And I want Tim Bradley to fight the top of the welterweight division. Please don't. Barbarian, don't have him step up in weight, man. He's already a small welterweight. Please. I don't know anyone that wants to see him fight Canelo. I don't want to see that fight. I want to see him fight Kell Brook. That's the number 1 fight I want. That's a unification fight. I want to see him fight Thurman. I want to see him fight Porter. No protection for Bradley. Stop babying Bradley, as Mr. Precise Presenter says. Stop babying Tim Bradley. He could go on and fight everybody, and he wants to fight everybody because he realizes that if you fight top competition, yes, you get the legacy, plus you get the money. It makes sense. Fighting top fighters means more money for you. And Bradley's about the money too. He just doesn't talk consistently about money, but he is about money. He's made $8 million in his career. And for some of you, you think you're rich or you think you're the money man's manager. Oh, 8 million, that ain't shit. Yeah, okay. You keep telling me how much money they made on May 4th or May 1st. I don't even remember that date honestly anymore. It's about the future now. And Bradley could be a future pound for pound king if they allow him to fight top competition. And they will. And he will, I believe. Just all this garbage politics get in the way, and I hate that. And I especially hate that us as fans, we accept it. Oh, that fight can't be made because he's with this promoter. He's with this advisor who somehow is able to promote fights or whatever. But I want to see all those fights. Bradley could win all those fights, and I'll be his number 1 fan for right now. I don't mind, but I want more people to jump on his bandwagon. He deserves it. Thanks everybody for watching. Shout outs to the whole ITBC, Precise Presenter, Ghetto Superstar, Jeff Cotto, Blood Boxing, producing fire as always, 78 Sports TV, Andrew Sr., Cigar Boxing. What's good, brother? When you gonna make a video, bro? No pressure, of course, but yeah, and everybody that I missed, thank you guys for watching, and you guys have a great day. Peace.